And again, Maika just yeeting Kamitani over her head, just
Mm-hmm.
like woo, wee, bye.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Stardom Review. I am your co-host Andre C. Right over here, the Taco Princess herself, Melball, and the wonderful, the lovely Koji is here too. How you doing?
Little Cody, you put hair in my mouth and everything. My goodness, dog.
that's
Oof.
that's what we have. That's what happens when we get a Koji in the shot.
Wild Kojima in the shot, and he's gone.
Eh, How we doing to see
I can't complain, my friend. I had a very
What's
fun
Melball?
date. What was that?
Both are in. So, yeah, there we go.
There we go. Chaos, chaos. Always when we're filming, glorious chaos. And it's not even an NJPW show.
No.
We're having a fun week this week, though. What day is it today? It's Thursday. It's late in the evening. I got a thunderstorm that just raged through here, gave us a little bit of hail, a little bit of wind, a little bit of a sunset now, though, going on. This is our Alberta menopausal weather.
Yeah, it's been an interesting last few days for
hmm
weather here because we've just been up and down, up and down, up and down. It's just been nuts.
Absolute chaos. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing absolutely phenomenal. Like work is my work. It's my job, but this is my love, my passion. I get to watch professional wrestling, talk about it with you. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm gonna be hopefully this weekend. I'm gonna be watching some of the Infinity Gauntlet from the Clandestine Wrestling Society's Michael Richard Blaze. I want to give a shout out to that because he's going to be wrestling an 8 hour match. An 8 hour total match over the span of 9 hours, with little breaks here and there. And it's going to be an absolutely insane, I think, match going forward. So I wanted to give a big shout out to that before that happens this weekend here on the show, and because I'm looking forward to seeing it. They're going to It's going to be live stream on Twitch or something. So I can't wait to see some of that. So.
Interesting,
But
interesting.
yeah, a lot of great wrestling I've seen, a lot of great wrestling coming up in the next couple of months. But we're here to talk some Stardom.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
before we
we
do, but before we do that, I want to thank all of the great supporters of this show, all the great fans, all the great people who have been a big portion of the people that have supported us behind the scenes, all the fans that have supported us by watching our product and supporting everything. Thank you so very, very much for all the support. I'm gonna give a big shout out because we said we love comments. I'm gonna give a big shout out to Hiryu, who just commented on one of our videos we posted on Thursday, and we're recording it just a little bit after the video went, and he had a great little point. He said, "A small part of me thinks that Saori Anou might have been sent by Julia as a sleeper agent to infiltrate cosmic angels and destroy them." He says, "I hope that's not the case." That is the greatest fan theory I've ever thought of, and I'm like, I want that to be true so badly. I want that to be true.
it would certainly continue the feud kind of there between Natsupoi and the Donna Del Mondo after she, was a traitor.
You never know,
Rude.
because it would be really interesting to see. That would be the best story if that actually came true. So here you know we're reading the comments. I would love to see that happen.
It'd be definitely interesting to see. Definitely different.
Yeah, but I want to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, and please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down below. Also, you can get a hold of us on Andre Melball Wrestling Talks Facebook page. You can send us messages there. We love to hear from you. We love to hear all your thoughts on professional wrestling, your theories on what some people might be doing in certain factions. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes, we have to figure out who's going to be all of the heel factions now, since we only really have a way to tie.
Yeah, we're going to see, but we're going to get into this show. It is the May 4th show from the Golden Week Tour. We both watched this on the PIA pay-per-view feed. We got to watch it there. Absolutely phenomenal. The show still, as we record here on Thursday, May the 11th, still hasn't come out on the Stardom World yet, but we watched this on pay-per-view, and I very, very happy I saw this show, and 3 title matches on this show.
What a show this was. This was stacked from start to finish. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we kicked it off with a Rumble match. It was a pre-show Rumble. I'll admit I wasn't as hyped for this one as I was for the All-Star Grand Queendom Rumble. I think it was just a little like, I think when people do Rumbles, you got to spread them out. This was only 3 weeks after the last, or 2 weeks after the last one.
That's fair. That's fair. Keeping in mind, we got to get all these beautiful ladies on the pay per view in some way, shape, or form. Rumbles are really, really great ways to do that because if we overload the card with these 6-woman or 8-woman tag matches or 10-woman tag matches, those can also get pretty redundant and pretty boring. Also, so yeah, some of them are in consecutiveness. It can be a little boring. We just got to find that right balance between those big matches and rumbles.
We haven't seen a gauntlet match in a while, so it's been a couple of months since we got a gauntlet. So I wouldn't mind if this has been a gauntlet match and just get like double eliminations and then 2 more. Come on, I always love the crazy in those gauntlet matches. But this is actually a really fun Rumble, despite what I'm saying here. It started out with Iida and Waka started out this match. They started wrestling. Then Lady C entered third. I don't understand why you would break up a pin in an elimination match. It made no sense at all, and this happened a bunch of times. Lady C, Cesaro spinning Iida, but Yuna ends up breaking the pin up after the elimination. I don't get it. There's no benefit. Even like maybe if they're your tag team partner, but sorry, Yuna broke up the pin in there because Yuna had entered at 4th. She came in with a pillow and started hitting it. Pineapple pillow, the pineapple pillow, and started smacking the crap out of everybody.
A 1-woman pillow fight she was having in that ring.
Yeah. Hanako enters number 5. Aya Sakura enters 6. Aya Sakura breaks up the submissions of Lady C and Hanako. Again, why? I don't understand.
Made the same note at the same time. Why do people keep breaking these things up? Isn't the point to eliminate each other and be the last person standing?
Yeah, I don't get it. I just don't. You're trying to win a battle royal. Let other people do the work for you, and then you could toss them at the end. Legitimately, right? Unless they're your tag team partner, there's no point to not let somebody get eliminated. So, she ends up attacking Hanako and kicks her in the head and applies like a modified Muda lock. I was like, ooh, that looked really. It actually looked the bridge she had in that was actually really, really nice. Really good bridge there of her bridging for that. Actually, really good. Saki enters number 7. She goes up to the top, looking like she's gonna do something spectacular. Then just jumps in, landing on her feet, and just walks around. Then like I had her submission on at the time, right? So you're thinking she's gonna come off, stomp Aya, and just like put her down, but it's like no, she just lands on the mat, walks up, and kicks her. Just kicks her in the head. I was like, what? Yeah. I was so confused.
I was too at that point because I was like, I really thought she was going to do something kind of like maybe like a 450 thing or something onto her. I was like, ooh, that's pretty dangerous considering Aya's in a bridge. But no,
or a double. I was thinking just a double stomp.
Anything would have been better than what it ended up being. Although I did enjoy her like spearing the hell out of everybody except for Waka. For whatever reason, Waka got a DDT.
I don't know. Saki Kashima enters number 8. This is where Yuna gets the first elimination in this match. Yuna gets the Colt Cabana Superman pin and eliminates Iida, and then Saki gets the Kishikase onto Yuna Mizumori and eliminates her. Mai Sakura then enters number 9. Saki Kashima gets the Kishikase and eliminates Hanako. Miyu Amasaki. Oh, you got something? Oh, I thought maybe you had something there.
No. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Miyu Amasaki enters 10th. Miyu gets a really nice knee bar on my. Wait, did my Sakurai already end? Yeah, my Sakurai entered on my Sakurai, but Mai got to the ropes, and Miyu like really was working on Mai's knee for a couple of minutes here, like just like
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of surprised because like you don't really see somebody work a body part in a rumble.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of odd. Xena enters number 11. Xena in there with those big old chops, just smacking Miyu, just
Mm-hmm.
wrecking her. That looked like painful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she definitely came in flexing her power, but she also came in and broke up a submission.
Yeah, again, I don't understand. I just
Maybe we don't understand the rules of this rumble.
do you get extra pay if you're the one getting the eliminations?
I don't sure.
I don't get it because your entire point is to be the last person standing. So why would you stop somebody else from eliminating somebody? I just.
It was a baffling part of the match for sure.
Yeah, so Xena gets a suplex onto Saki Kashima, and everybody piles on to eliminate Saki Kashima.
Yeah.
Suzuki, the Wrecker of Worlds, enters number 12 and spears the shit out of Mai Sakurai and Miyu Amasaki. Like double spear, look
Yeah.
phenomenal. Miyu ends up rolling up Aya Sakura, gets the elimination on her. Like there was a spot where I thought Suzuki hit a satellite DDT, Kanemaru style, but then like Xena like came down and Xena just popped back up. So like Xena like turned it
That
into
was
like
Zena's move that I was telling you about, that satellite thing that she does.
oh, because I thought Suzu was hitting a satellite DDT.
No, no, that was Xena.
Oh, because I've seen it happen a couple times, and I'm like, okay, so she's got a good reversal to a satellite DDT, but again, now I realize what it is.
Yeah, remember that was the one that Xena did on Miyu the night before, or not Miyu, Saya Iida, where
Oh
Iida
yeah.
got stuck halfway through it, but Xena was still able to muscle her through to finish the move.
Yeah, on the April 29th show. Yeah,
Correct,
that's what
correct.
that was. Okay, that's because I was very confused.
Same.
Yeah. So Suzuki gets the Grand Tequila roll
Mhm,
on and eliminates Xena.
mhm.
Tenjin mask enters number 13. I was just like, no.
It was creepy looking too.
And during Tenjin's entrance, my Sakurai eliminates Miyu Amasaki, and it just you don't get like I only noticed it because I heard the bell, and then watching my stand up and Miyu rolling out, and I was just like, oh,
Mhm,
okay,
mhm.
yeah. There's a
Yeah,
good little okay.
no, no, Thekla and Mai doing that fun little pose, the
Mm-hmm.
lady pose.
There, yeah, actually look really fun. But
Mhm,
yeah, they're teammates. They got to pose together. It's what you
mhm,
do.
mhm.
There's a great little rope walk from Tenjin with Suzuki and hits the second rope splash. Um, and then we get the strong machines, as I'm calling them, super strong, super strong Stardom Big Machine, super strong Stardom Giant Machine, and super strong Stardom Tiny Machine. Enter 14, 15, and 16. Because like it's weird just to say machine and then not have something for that one machine. I gotta call them
Mhm.
tiny machine because then there's big machine and giant machine. Um, Tenjin ends up shaking hands with the machines, and they all team up and eliminate Thekla, tossing her over the top, and they kick her out to the floor. Like all like take turns
Although, yeah,
kicking her.
the series of the kicks to eliminate her was pretty impressive.
Yeah, like it made Thekla look very strong and holding on
Mhm.
the way she did.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And this is where the tension turns on the machines, and then they just team up and pin them and eliminate them. I was just like, huh, okay, that was stupid of you.
I definitely thought that was Fukigen under there.
Probably, that wouldn't surprise me.
Just the
Uh,
posing with Mai and Thekla before she kind of got into it, the mannerisms, it came off very Fukigen.
yeah. So Mai gets a low bridge on Giant and Big Machine to eliminate them over the top rope to the floor. My low bridge is Tiny Machine, then Tiny Machine low bridges her, and then they both low bridge Suzu over the top, and they're all fighting on the apron. Um, Mai gets a boot to Tiny Machine off the apron. She sends her off the apron to the floor. They get back in the ring. They wrestle around a bit. Suzu hits the tequila shot on Mai Sakurai and gets the win.
Mm-hmm.
Suzuki declared your winner of the pre-show Rumble.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I wish I could understand what they were saying afterwards. Mai and Suzu both having banter, and Suzu just again reacting the way Minoru Suzuki would, just laughing maniacally. Yes, lady, later I'll kill you. Ha 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 ha. I love that.
very, very much so. Very much so on that. Yeah, but yeah, a fun little rumble for the pre-show to start the show. I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I said, we did watch the pay-per-view version, so we do not have subtitles in this because it as of when we recorded, it's still not out on Stardom World. Because if it would have been out there, I would have went and got all the subtitles just to
Mhm, mhm.
rest off what they said, but we didn't get
We
that
will
chance.
find out eventually.
Yeah. So we move on. It's a tag team match. It stars Hanan and Mayu Iwatani taking on Club Venus's Jessie and Mariah May. I really like Jessie's gear in this match.
I do too.
Yeah. It looked really good on it. And then when they're in the ring getting introed and Mai just pushes Jessie out of the way to
Oh,
do her
Mariah, yeah,
pose.
yeah.
Yeah, Mariah May pushes her out of the way to do her pose. And then Jessie comes back and slaps her on the ass and they start slapping each other on the ass, which is like, this is ridiculous.
Cute little team camaraderie there.
Yeah. But during her entrance, we saw that Mayu Iwatani has her title. She
Yay.
brought the title.
She found it at that Japanese Waffle House.
She must have found it at that Japanese Waffle House. Yeah. Actually, I really enjoyed this little tag team match. I thought great start from Hanan and Mariah May. I thought
Mhm,
those two had a really good start together. Really good back and forth. Uh, good little double team by Stars. Really good. May end up stretching Jessie in the rope, or not Jessie, Hanan in the ropes, stretching her, and then when Jessie grabbed one of Hanan's hands and uses her hand to do the Club Venus symbol together,
yeah,
I thought that was absolutely
so cute.
great. Yeah, it was
So cute.
absolutely great. Yeah, that that split, like that lift up the leg and split leg drop by Jessie. Wow, she's flexible, man. Holy
Oh,
crap!
yes.
Like Jesus. Um, Hanan blocking the Trish Stratus Rana off the top hits a beautiful high cross to May. Really good spot there. I thought it was just really fun match from both teams coming out of
Mhm,
all these women. I love Stars. Their team move is that wheelbarrow facebuster. It's just any of the members together can do that move, and I love that it's a
mhm,
faction move, not just a certain people.
mhm.
It's a faction move. I love that. Yeah, but a
100%.
great match. Was it Jessie ends up suplexing Mayu from the apron and hits a fucking jackhammer in the ring, like
Mhm,
Goldberg style jackhammer to her, but doesn't get the pin there. And I was like, holy crap! Like this girl got strength, man, to lift, like really, like lift her from the apron like that. She got strength.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
yeah, double like a dual butterfly DDT almost looked like from start. I don't know what it was. They both each had an arm and lift her up. I think it was on Jessie. Like it looked like a double, like a like a butt where you hook the arms like a pedigree, but then you lift them up and DDT them, right?
Mhm.
But they did it each having an arm and lifted her up and almost looked like they dropped her into DDT, like half DDT, half suplex kind of move. It was really
Oh, yeah,
odd.
yeah, where she was kinda like at a 45-degree angle, so it's really hard
Yeah.
to tell what she
So
was
it
kinda
looked
doing, yeah.
because it looked like a double, like a dual butterfly DDT,
Mhm, mhm,
and then the top rope moonsault by Mayu to Jessie, and Mayu picks up the big win here.
mhm,
Mariah May and Mayu really like going at each other after the match, though.
mhm.
I want to see Mariah May challenge for that title at some point.
I mean, it would be definitely a great crossover, kinda show, match for sure, especially since, again, Mariah May, speaks English, so it would be really, really awesome to have it with a crossover show with the American, audience for sure. Yeah, I really enjoyed that Venus pose where they had the forced Hanon's hand there. I just gotta also say, I really, really enjoy Hanon's look. Her new look is just Really, really nice. I love the blonde hair. I love the kind of new furry gear. The furry on them is it seems to be trendy, both in God's Eye and in Stars. They're very interesting to see. Mind you, Mayo's always had that tail.
Yeah.
Um, there was a spinning sidewalk slam that Mariah May did. I didn't write down who it was. I'm going to assume it was on Hanan. But yeah, she got a heck of a spin on there for dropping her down. Again, I just love Mariah May's like in ring presence where she makes all the little screeches and the hoots and the hollers and all that. It really does add to the overall feel for the match for me. Just because like I feel like that's what a lot of girls would actually more be like in the ring. Um, Jessie is really, really cool in that her legs are so long. I don't know if you notice, it just takes her like a stride and a half, two strides to get across the entire ring when she's going at full speed. Like it's just incredible. She could definitely capitalize on that. I almost think that she could potentially challenge for the high speed championship with that kind of speed and flexibility there. Hanon's judo tosses are just always amazing. She got a really, really good one. I think it was on Jessie. That she just kind of pulled out of nowhere. Like she can, when she's doesn't have a lot of distance between her and her opponent, she can still pull those off really, really snugly. I really, really like that.
Mhm.
The only other thing I had written down was that face crusher that you had mentioned that Mayu and Hanan did. And the only reason I knew that is like I heard the commentator actually scream that the German Japanese commentator, a face crusher. I was like, okay, I'm writing that one down. That's the only move I'm gonna have for the rest of the night.
Face Kasha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Krasha. Sounds kind of
Yeah,
Russian.
yeah. Overall, I thought this
Krasha.
was a really, really fun match. I'm really, really enjoying the combination of Club Venus's various members here. They're really, really winning me over.
Yeah, they're all working really, really well together. I really think.
Mhm.
I just want some Zaya Brookside back. I really do. But I know she's doing a
Mhm.
lot of stuff over here in the U.S. right now and stuff too. But I want to see some Zaya Brookside back in Stardom because I love her too.
All a good time.
Yeah. We move on. Tag team match. Oedo, the first of two Oedo Tai tag team matches. Oedo Tai's Waka and Starlight Kid taking on the Cosmic Angels team of Saori Anou and Tam Nakano. It's kind of odd that Tam's working so early on the card, though.
I mean, Julia did the same thing when she was the red belt champion too. So
Mm-hmm.
I personally like it. It kind of shows because they still value the champions enough. I mean, and we
Mm-hmm.
see later in the night the champion still does kind of come out and has her presence at ringside at the end of the night. Um, but yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I feel that it shows that they value their champion to actually have them on the main show as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to having them on the pre-show. But it also shows that I feel that they don't necessarily the champion of the company as long as they're on the show. I'm happy. They don't have to
Hmm.
be in the main event for
Uh,
me as long as they're on the show. I feel that it was a weird combination for sure with going up against Ruaka and Starlight Kid, just because I don't know. I I know Starlight Kid has been a former Artist of Stardom championship or champion before. It just seems like an odd pairing to me. Not to
mhm.
take away from the match. The match was absolutely incredible.
Well,
But
Anu
yeah.
and Starlight Kid right off the hop, man.
Hmm.
Just rocking and rolling. Absolutely
Yeah.
phenomenal there. Yeah. Those two moving quickly in this start. It was like Starlight Kid getting the real advantage here and like
Hmm.
she up kicks her in the face at one point.
Yeah.
Like I was like, ooh, that looked good. Um,
Foot
uh,
uppercut.
and dude, Starlight Kid and Tam, I want to see them go one on one. Dude, these two their exchanges in this match were absolutely absolute fire, man.
Hmm.
These two
Hmm.
working in there together are absolutely phenomenal. I would love to see them go one on one again. I
Oh,
really would.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Only a matter of time before Kid gets the opportunity to challenge for that red belt.
Yeah. Um Sarah Anna hitting like a fisherman buster, and then flips over and goes and to rolls over and tries to go for a second one. I really liked, like, I've never seen somebody do a rolling fisherman buster before. Like, you see the rolling German, you see the three amigos where they twist and
Mhm.
come back, but to see you do a fisherman buster, flip over top your opponent, bring her back up, and go for it again, I was like, oh, but Starlight Kid ends up turning it into her own fisherman buster.
Mhm.
But I was just like, just to see the athleticism of it, I was like, I have never seen somebody do a rolling fisherman buster before.
I mean, to go from her being like a tall and pretty sore thumb in the last match to being a lot more efficient in this one was very, very nice to see.
Yeah, it was. It was absolutely tremendous to see. Like, I don't know, she seemed a lot smoother in this one.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Odd
Um.
that she worked almost better with Tam than she did with Natsupoi, considering she has history with Natsupoi.
Yeah, it's actually true.
Mm. Mm. Um, yeah, Saori and Starlight Kid definitely also had a pretty vicious exchange with their forearms in the beginning there.
Mm,
I definitely felt like Saori was a little bit more relentless with Starlight Kid before Starlight Kid was able to regain that upper hand. Um, Ruaka putting in that cross face was pretty badass. And she did that very, very smoothly on Anou there. And she had her in that thing a hot minute. Like she had it in there for a good, good long time. I want to say at least 20, 30 seconds where she had that thing kind of locked in. And again, Zack Sabre Jr. in the back of my head. Switch
seven
it up,
seconds.
switch it up, switch it up.
Yeah.
Um, I noticed also Ruaka, this like halfway through the match, I noticed that her arm is just as heavily taped as her, I would say, captain counterpart, Natsuko Tora there. It's like, wow, these girls have been taking a beating the last couple of months. Ruaka, unfortunately, missing that freezer bomb, which upset me.
Mm.
And then finding herself in that kind of crazy submission that Anu was doing there. Starlight Kid having to come in and break up that submission to save her partner. I believe that was when the case got involved.
Yeah, and yeah, Starlight Kid had to hit like Anu with the case after
Mm-hmm.
Rucka missed the Vader bomb. It's just like, or she got the Moodle lock on, and yeah, she hit her with the case, and I was just like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
and the ref doesn't do anything again. Oh, I hate Stardom referees so
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There was also that crazy lariat that Ruaka hit Anu with that turned her pretty much inside out and out again.
Mm-hmm.
That just the power of Ruaka is just absolutely insane. But that
Yeah,
I don't know if this is the right thing. What was that Tam and Anu did that tag team match that they did? Did Anu do an exploder with the axe kick start from Tam there?
that's what it kind of looked like.
It
Yeah,
was like an axe kick exploder.
yeah. Or is that the ending you're talking about?
Yeah, close to the ending. It's one of my last notes. Yeah,
Because I know Anu got the trapped German where the arms are trapped. Trying
yeah,
to
yeah. I
think of
had
the
that right
spot.
after.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
maybe that was leading up into the finish.
Oh yeah, 'cause she hit an exploder, and yeah, Cam get a kick in there. Yeah, I think you're right on that. I think it was. It
Yeah,
looked like
yeah.
it looked
It
like
was
an
like the axe
exploder.
kick was the trigger for it, and then the exploder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so the end of it, Sarianu gets like a trapped German, then goes on
Hmm.
to Ruwaka, and does a very, very, very awkward roll into the Euro clutch to get
Yep.
the win. Like, she wasn't into the Euro clutch until the ref was counting three.
Yeah, she looked a little baffled coming up, like, "Hey, I just put that on."
And then I noticed something post match was like Tam and Sarah Anu, they seem very nonchalant to each other, like kind of like to each other, the way that kind of attitude was at each other. I don't know, but it didn't seem cohesive in a way.
Yeah, like for how well that they worked in the ring together, the personalities don't seem to be exactly
No.
mishy mashy. For what I would expect of the Cosmic Angels, it's almost like the Natsupoi is the glue that's kind of holding everything together right now, which is a little terrifying. A little
Maybe
terrifying
Hiri is
considering the angry
right.
pixie.
Maybe Hiri is right though. Maybe she is a sleeper agent.
That would be interesting.
They have odd chemistry, so you never know what we get there. You really don't.
Mm-hmm.
You
Very,
really
very
don't.
true.
Yeah. But really, I thought really fun tag match.
I
So we
agree. I
move on
agree.
to another tag match. The other way to tie tag match. It's Kanami Syuri taking on Oedo Tai's Momo Watanabe and Natsuko Tora, who look like to be the new tag team coming out of Oedo Tai.
Mm-hmm. I would almost say like a little bit more. I would say not to take away from Waka, but I would say a better choice for Natsuko Tora, in regards to experience. Just because Momo Watanabe has been there quite a bit longer, in another faction. Like I believe she was with Queen's Quest for the longest time. So like and obviously I would also call Momo Watanabe a heavyweight in this division, and almost a better choice, I think. Again, as I said, for Tora in the tag division right now. I not to take away from Ruaka, I think that her and Starlight Kid and maybe Kashima
Mm-hmm.
Saki should make a run at the Artist of Stardom champion.
Could be a good
But
little team.
yeah, to focus on these two, I felt that Natsuko Tora and Momo work very, very well together, when they are tagging beforehand. So this was just kind of a natural choice to me. The beginning here, though, I really kind of had a little bit of a Minoru Suzuki flashback. Sorry, luring, who was it? Natsuko Tora over to the rope and pulling her over to do the armbar that Suzuki always does. Um, then the only way that she was able to get it was, or get the break essentially afterwards. The ref is yelling at her, but Suri didn't get to come off before Momo just cranked her with that bat. Um,
Yeah.
and the ref was looking at it that time. He was
Mm-hmm.
looking at it. He gave her shit for it, but he didn't really functionally do anything other than give her shit for it. Um, I felt that this match was absolutely savage. Just
Mm-hmm.
all of these women just kicking the crap out of each other, hitting the crap out of each other,
I have.
sandwiched with the pipe and the bat. Like it was just, and Konami especially took one hell of a beating in the last half of this match. Like she just got picked the frick apart. There was a
Even by
tag
her partner.
move.
Sorry,
Was
even
that?
by her partner, she got beat up by her partner.
Yeah, yeah. I was just gonna get that. Like Suri inadvertently kicked Kunami right in the face, and holy hot diggity. I mean, we know Suri's kicks. Those things are hard enough as it is, but then to accidentally nail your own partner, my goodness. I didn't write down what it was because I couldn't really tell what it was, but there was a tag team move done by Tora and Momo in the later part of this match. I wrote down the time when it happened. Just didn't write down what it was, but we'll put it up here at that point. It looks really, really cool, really, really brutal. Andre, what do you think of this one?
I thought, yeah, again, my big note was the kicks and the strikes in the match were absolutely insane. Like these teams beat the shit out of each other. There was a really
Mhm.
fun spot I found with there was an FU, but like or the Just Rally Driver by Tora, and then Moba comes running in with the Meteor right after. It's like a
Mhm.
smooth like FU and then the Meteor right after. Really smooth.
Mhm.
I really did like that. But yeah, the end of this, like Syuri like kicks Konami in the head. She's then tossed to the floor, and Momo gets a buzzsaw kick on Konami for two. And then a way to tie hit this like suplex into like a spine buster. I think it's what it was.
That's probably what I actually was talking about.
Yeah, it was like a suplex spine buster, and then Momo gets the bridging tiger suplex for the win.
Mhm.
But I
Mhm.
thought really fun match. Other than I'm not gonna get as mad as Oedo Tai for the shenanigans they pull because they're not. It's not as bad as House of Torture shenanigans,
No,
and at
I
least
mean,
they're
you can't
keeping
really
it
know.
to them doing their own shenanigans instead of having outside interference through their shenanigans most of the time.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I can't get mad at them for it, but but again, I get mad at the rest because they're watching it blatantly happen and they don't do nothing.
That's true. That's true. Obviously, I just realized we didn't see Rena or Hina at this match, at
Nope.
this show at all. So Rena is usually the big deciding factor in the person who is usually pulling the ref to the side there. So yeah,
Mhm.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Sus.
So we move on. We
Mm,
got Donna Del Mundo's Julia and then Maika, and they taking and that their gear on more matches now because Maika's gone to a more white gear, and with
mm,
Julia's they kind of match. Take
mhm.
taking on Queen Quest, Saya Kamatami and Utami Hayashishita. Mel's favorite right there.
Yes.
DDM taking a page out of the Queen's Quest book. Got the baseball jerseys going on,
Mhm,
but the
mhm. Yes, the bubblegum pink.
mm-hmm. Stealing Mariah May's colors. Come on, what the fuck?
You would think they would have went with the red just because, like, the red seems to be the predominant color that they do kind of
Mm-hmm.
have all over their gear, but not the
They went with
case, not the
pink.
case.
They went with pink. So
They did, they did.
we'll see what happens from there. But I was just like, huh, that's they're wearing baseball jerseys against a team that wears baseball jerseys. Ha. Okay. Yeah. DDM actually attacking before the bell in this one takes it to the
Yeah.
floor. And like but then they get dropped on the apron and then they just a big old brawl on the floor. And it just a big old brawl. I gotta love it. Micah and Utami squaring off with those shoulder blocks. Just and then Utami Utami finally getting slammed down by Micah with those with shoulder block. Micah
On the
getting the
outside, too.
on the floor. It's taking back
Yep.
bumps on the floor. That's not fun.
No,
There's no give on those mats. Nothing.
it's just go.
Julia, that sick STF curve stomp to Saya in the ring. Ooh, that
Yeah.
looked good. And that was early too.
Yes, it was, yeah.
Yeah, that was early in the match. That
Yeah,
like I
very
was like,
early.
ooh. I was like that I was like I want to see more of that Julia. I want to see
Mhm.
more of that Julia with all the stomps and everything. I want to see what that's gonna stomp like smash the face of them out. Let's do this. But yeah, like
Yeah.
I thought just really good match by all four of these women. I think they all really flowed together in this.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh, I have notes. I
Oh,
think I had
you
the
go. You
I think I had the most notes on this match for everything else. As we mentioned, the shoulder block on the outside from Maika onto Utami was super stiff. Utami took that bump like a champ, let me tell you. The tag move with Julia and Maika, where Julia rolled Kamitani back into a headstand, held her there while Maika hit the ropes and hit her with a sliding lariat in the gut, was just I was like, I've never seen that before. The girl's just sitting on her head, just waiting to be fed a shot. That was pretty funny. um, yeah, Kamitani fighting really, really hard against Maika had that kind of dynamic that we've mentioned in the past where she had to just feed forearm after forearm after forearm after forearm after forearm. Maika just kind of being like, "Okay, are you done?" And just one shotting Kamitani to the floor, which is just shows that power, that unquestionable, undeniable power that Micah has, that she's been hiding a little bit on us lately. I'm very excited to see that kind of flexing again now. Um, and again, Micah just yeeting Kamitani over her head, just like woo, wee, bye. Like it's so funny when she does that move because it's hard enough to get someone up on your chest, but then to just toss them over your head without even siding your head, just whoop up and over and just walking it off like it was nothing. It just such a strong woman. Um, Kamatani was able to make some comebacks throughout this. I definitely felt like Utami, when she was in there, she was absolutely dominant. But this was another one where I felt Utami was a little quieter than everybody else kind of in the match. Although Utami's air raid bomb, I finally remembered what it was called. Um, she can pull it in and put you into position just like that, and so good. Micah able to kick out of that one. That superplex from Micah on Utami was absolutely crazy. And man, did they bounce. Poor Utami's back. Like she just sat there stiff like a fainting goat for like a good few minutes after that. That had to feel so rough. Um There was one point where Utami actually got Maika up on her shoulders, and Kamitani fed Maika. I just wrote a drop on here. I'm going to say I
Drop kick.
assume it was a drop kick,
Definitely a
sending
drop kick.
Utami over. Yeah, sending Utami over. It was like the momentum again, the trigger that she needed to kind of finish up that move.
Well,
Um,
it was essentially like if you know what the Doomsday device is with the Legion of Doom, where they
yeah,
would hit
yeah,
the clothesline. It was essentially that, but a drop kick, and I was like, "Ooh, I
yeah.
like that."
Very
Play the
very
video.
cool. Yeah, it really shows that Aphrodite still got it.
Yeah,
Um, the
yeah.
release German by Utami on Maika was just so brutal. She does those so good. Um, the end of this was just it broke my heart a little bit. Like it made me happy and broke my heart. This was a roller coaster match for this.
Hmm.
Maika hitting the Mochinoku driver too on Utami for the win. Like Utami got royally wrecked at the end of this match. And I don't want to sound mean, but Kamitani nowhere to be found to help her partner.
Yeah. No, like the ending was a great little sequence because like you had
Mhm.
Micah getting the head scissors to Sire, sending her to the floor. And then
Mhm.
they hit that German like that German suplex choke slam combo that they were doing as a triple team with Himeka.
Yeah,
They did that, and then Micah hits this straight like right to the jaw of Utami, and then
drops
picks
her.
and smashes her with that Michinoku driver for two, Michinoku driver two for the
Mhm.
win, and gets the
Mhm.
win. That like I didn't expect Micah to pin Utami.
And it was like dominant. Like the
Hmm.
end of that match was just unquestionable Micah power. I
Hmm.
wish I understood the little promo that happened before this match because there was a promo that did pretty much feature almost exclusively Micah in that. So I really wish I knew what was being said. Maybe it was her plans now that her partner is no longer with her. I don't know. Hopefully, we can find the translation for it at a later date.
I honestly wouldn't mind seeing Julia step into being her partner, and those two team up for a run at the tag titles. I think they could have a good little run. Honestly, I really think they could.
I don't see why not. Yeah, I do
You got
prefer Julia with Thekla, but I don't see why not.
no, and again, you can put Thekla over into like a into that high
Exactly.
division if you want, or
Mhm.
even tagging with my Sakurai, who I think
Mhm.
those two could benefit from teaming together in that too.
Mhm.
So
100%.
yeah,
100%.
but honestly, great match. Absolutely
Mhm.
tremendous match. That curb stomp. Like still, it's the
So
one thing
brutal.
that curb stomp is such a highlight to me, and that just Julia just pulling her back and just. I was just like, yeah, I
And
absolutely
like
loved
at
it.
least she like Seth Rollins when he does it, you have the courtesy of having your hands. Julia's restraining yours.
You're going face first.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we move on. First of three title matches, high speed title, Azumi taking on My Sarah, tag team partners clashing.
I
But yeah,
mean, reluctant tag team partners.
yeah. Again, we as we say this every time we watch high speed, it's so hard to call a lot of it because it's so fast and
Yes.
it's a lot of striking drop kicks. Like it's
Mhm.
a lot of what this is. But like was it Mai goes for a drop kick off the apron to the floor, and Azumi just moves out of the way and just goes smack, and then she hits that,
Toodles.
and then she does that dive where she goes over the corner.
Mhm.
Too many on the floor, absolutely phenomenal.
So good.
Yeah, Azumi really working on the arm, getting that double stomp off the top to the arm.
Mhm.
Um, May finally knocks Azumi off to the floor off the top, and then gets the drop kick off the apron. But I was just, uh, I thought really good match. At the end of it though, great like the end of it was like, there was a lot of like pin like trading pin sequence with roll ups and jackknives and a couple of Azumi sushis in there, some crucifix pins, but in the end, Azumi gets Mai into the modified rings of Saturn,
Yeah,
and
like both of her arms were trapped in a
yeah,
weird position.
yeah. So the rings of Saturn, but she cut this one arm instead of having both arms behind the other arm behind the top arm behind the arm. She had it behind her leg, And
Mhm.
yeah, it's the submission victory.
She
Great.
had to lean into it real good to get her to submit too.
That was it. Was I thought these two were absolutely tremendous together.
I have to agree. This match was, as you said, very hard to call because they're just moving so fast. Like to try to actually write any of this down, you'd be pausing and rewinding for hours and hours and hours, and we just don't have that time when we're watching a show live. So yeah, you very fast paced match. As you'd mentioned, Azumi targeting that arm, very early. She caught it. Diana Perazzo's finish on one point on her on that, didn't she? Like
What's
the
Yana's
double
move?
armbar behind the without the neck lock, mind you, that Diana does. But she had both
Mm.
arms trapped behind her at one point. I thought it was a double armbar because I don't know what else it would be called. Um,
Yeah, there's a few different. It's like I said, it's a modified Ring to Saturn, but I don't. There's just different ways you can look at that move.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, the arm was definitely the story in that with for Sarah.
Mhm.
Azumi after that she stumbled around after the outside there, definitely had an issue with her ankle. Didn't seem to give her a problem for the rest of the match though. Very much so able to come back and overpower
Mhm.
Sarah to get her into that move. I felt Sarah did very good in this match. I personally would love to see them fight again. Just because I feel that Sarah still's got more to show us.
I think so too.
hmm Then afterwards,
Sorry,
we
long day.
got little Miss Kashima, Saki Kashima coming out. I'm going to assume to challenge
Me too.
Azumi.
I've never looked at Sakashima as a high speed person though, but I guess she is.
Hey, I mean, I think it'll be fun to see something a little different going in there with Azumi.
I agree. I would like to see that. I really would like to see the two of them go
hmm
at it.
hmm
But we move on. It is Godzai, Amisare, Mirai, known as the New Era, is their tag team name,
hmm
defending the Goddess of Stardom tag team titles against Stars, Hazuki, and Koguma, otherwise known as FWC. This match was absolutely tremendous.
Take it away, my friend.
Oh, okay. There is like the dual chops from New Eras and like bang 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 Koguma.
hmm
Koguma, man, she worked her ass off in this match, man. Like
hmm
this was not goofy fun. I'm doing the bear ears, Koguma. This was high speed. I'm going to wreck you, Koguma. This is
hmm
Yano going into Great Bash Heel mode or Great Bash Heel mode, going into that like most violent players mode. He's going into that. Sorry,
hmm
like that's the mode he was that Koguma was in here, and she just this match was absolutely phenomenal. Um,
hmm
dude, just so good. Koguma with the Germans and just throwing Germans and just drop kicks just look like hell. I don't think she, did she. I don't really remember her doing her little stomp thing in this match because
I
again,
don't
this
remember
isn't
that.
goofy Koguma. This is I'm ready to kick your ass, Koguma.
hmm
Yeah. Ami and Hazuki with the chop exchange there, really good,
hmm
absolutely phenomenal. Mariah getting three lariats in the corner. I think it was to I can't remember to Hazuki. She
hmm
goes up, but it's taken off and like gets like hung up into the ropes. Just wham, like but just and it just absolutely phenomenal. And Hazuki ends up knocking both her and Ami to the floor and follows it up with a suicide dive. Like it just absolutely phenomenal from all these women in here. Like just like this they moved like almost like a high speed title match, but like just everything they did just looks so smooth in this
hmm
match. Wheelbarrow half Nelson suplex from Mariah to Kaguma only gets two, and then she ends up goes up, but then Hazuki superplexes her off the top, and Koguma coming off right after with that top rope splash. Again, great flow there from the superplex to the top rope splash. Um, Mariah getting Miramare in the middle of the ring, but it gets broken up. Like it's just there's so many spots you could bite on in this match, right?
hmm
Um, they're using the inverted Thunder Valley, which is where they bring her up and then they bring her down, like double team, bring her down face first into the mat.
Mm.
Um, Great spot there. The end though, airplane spin by Mariah to sorry, who did she pin? I did not write that down.
Kokuma.
Oh, Kaguma. Airplane spin to Kaguma into the Miramare shock, but only gets two. So while Ami at the same time, when she hits that Miramare shock, hits a Rikishi driver to Hazuki to take her out, and then Mariah runs, hits this running, jumping lariat to Kaguma, and gets the win. Absolutely tremendous.
Hmm. Yeah, it was Kaguma who got pinned there, which is why she was the one to give them the belts afterwards, and why she was
Mm.
very over emotional. Definitely with Hazuki afterwards, I feel like she might have felt responsible for the loss of the team. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is what it is. She fought really, really hard, as you said. She worked overtime in this match. I don't have a ton to add to that. There was one point where I think Ami was actually on the ground, and Mirai came in to like save her. Hazuki ended up just picking up Mirai and slamming her down on Ami. I found that pretty funny. The
Mm.
only other thing I wanted to add was there was one point where Ami yeeted Mirai from the apron to the outside on top of the other members of FWC and a few members of Stars. And
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a few other members in there. I think Lady C I saw in there too. Lots of hair and chaos everywhere. It was a lot of fun. This was a great match.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous match. Like
Hmm.
I give all these women such praise. They did such a good job.
Hmm. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And after the match, Natsuka Tora, Momo Watanabe come out, and I'm assuming they challenged the New Eras for a tag team title match.
I mean, if they didn't, they need to seek revenge for their trophy getting booted.
Hmm. So yeah, I'm like I'm pretty sure we're gonna get this match sometime soon. Again, I'm looking forward to it. I really
Hmm.
am. That'd be a good match. I
Hmm.
think New Eras versus Tora and Momo. Yeah,
So
I think,
good.
yeah, I think that'd be an
So good.
absolutely tremendous match. But we
Hmm.
move on. It's the main event of the evening. It's the Wonder of Stardom title match. Mina Shirakawa defending her title against Natsupoi. The pink and white gear for Natsupoi. Again, new gear. I really did like that.
Wasn't that the gear she wore when she teamed with Kyrie recently, like a few
Was
months
it?
ago? I
I'm
think it
I'm
was because
not
there
sure.
was an anchor on one of it, which I usually associate with
Oh,
Kyrie.
I didn't realize that. I didn't see the anchor, but okay. It just looked like again I hadn't seen that gear
Or
in a
sorry, not the
while, so
anchor, the wheel, the pirate wheel.
I'm not. Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
So
definitely thought it was a little sus considering Mina usually wears pink.
yeah. So Mina comes out, and all I could think is that I haven't seen Cosmic Angels doing any dancing lately. And all of Club Venus is dancing. Mina's kicking ass with the dance. Um, is she the choreographer for Cosmic Angels? Is that why they're not dancing so much anymore?
I don't really know because from what I understood, Tom Nakano actually has a history in ballet,
I don't
and
know because
so does
Mina's
Natsupoi.
yeah, but Mina's the one that seems to be the dancing queen of it all. So and she
I
left and the dance
mean,
off.
though arguably though, having had her music now come up quite a bit in my YouTube, I have noticed that the videos that do accompany Mina Shirakawa's music, in Cosmic Angels or whatever, are actually her dance is the same. The Club Venus dance is the Mina Shirakawa dance that she's always been doing for her intro while she's been with the
Mm.
Cosmic Angels. Where I find that Tom Nakano kind of has like she has her Cosmic Angels intro, and then she has the one she does with Natsupoi, and then she has the one she does with Meltier, and now her and Natsupoi have another one. Remember where they're like da 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 da. So like I don't know because like arguably Cosmic Angels has more variety of dance, Whereas Club Venus is just doing the same dance, but like they're certainly more unified in it.
Mm-hmm. And you might all want to start pressuring Mel to put out the video of her doing the Club Venus.
No.
I've got the video, and I'm thinking of posting it. I don't know yet.
No.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
You don't
I would
know.
have to be in my absolute best Club Venus outfit. There are standards that you must have, aesthetically speaking.
Because
Oh,
Mel
that's
sent
it.
me the greatest video of her teaching teaching how to do the cosmic or do the Club Venus dance. So it's just like, maybe that should get posted on social media.
No, sir. Don't make me unsend it.
Oh, I've already downloaded it. Don't worry.
No.
Oh yeah, I have a video capture. I have video capture. I can download whatever I want.
No. We'll get there eventually.
No, I'm joking, but dude,
Mm.
this match, and then Club Venus all posing on the apron together.
Mhm.
That's where I went. Oh, I want Zaya back. There's no Zaya
Everyone
Brookside.
but Zaya was there, yeah.
No, it was me a little sad,
Mhm.
dude. Them trading slaps was holy crap, and then Natsupoi getting just unloading them on Mina,
Mhm.
just dropping her out. Look, there's no love lost to these two. Like these two, just
Mhm.
like especially on Natsupoi's part, she is just like screw you. Especially after all the
Mhm.
comments from the April 29th show. But yeah, it was just like,
Mhm.
hmm. But yeah,
Mhm.
they end up fighting on the apron. And Natsupoi German suplexes Mina on the apron. I'm like, shit, girl, you're gonna hurt yourself if you take Germans on the apron. Like, Jesus
Mhm.
Christ. And then Nat hits a high cross off the top to Mina and Club Venus on the floor. Dude, like just so much just off the hop of this match, man. They end up fighting over to the ramp, and Mina stuffs a suplex, but then Nat hits a drop kick and then slams Mina on the ramp, and then she went up the ramp and like ran down like full speed at her and drop kicked her on the ramp. I was just like, dang. And she's like, says screw you, and just walks back to the ring. He's like, I'll take your title by count out. And then but Mina makes it back in at like 15,
Mhm.
16. But yeah, I was just like, shit. Like Nat is just was like for that little girl going like this in the picture and how small she is, she's freaking vicious, man. She's a little like
Mhm.
vicious chihuahua is what she is.
You know what I kept thinking about when I was watching this match was you remember the original Hellboy movie?
Never
Or
saw it.
not the first one, the second one with the
Never
Golden
saw it.
Army, where they introduced the tooth fairies. They're these tiny little pixies that are smiling because that's all they have. They don't have any eyes or anything. That was all I could
Creepy.
think of is a pissy pixie, the tooth fairy, running around, just spider monkeying everything. And that's what she was doing. She was
Mm-hmm.
very, very angry. And arguably, her emotions and her emotional investment in this match really didn't help her out that much. Like it may have helped her at the beginning, set up for that emotion with the slapping and everything. But I definitely feel that her emotional investment in this match is what definitely cost her a lot of moves and a lot of situations throughout this match where she ended up just getting wrecked by Mina in return. There was one spin kick that she did catching Mina right in the freaking head that just made me go, oh,
Oh, that was brutal.
yeah,
Like
right in
she
the jaw.
cracked her. She cracked her in the head.
Yeah. Not good. It's like I said, boy, very, very pissy, to say
Mm-hmm.
the absolute least, about this one. I didn't take a whole lot of notes just because the story being told in this was so interesting.
So
I
good.
couldn't stop to take notes to watch. Like I didn't want to not watch it.
Mm-hmm. Like yeah, there's a spot where like Nat's just throwing forearms and elbows into the neck of Mina. I'm just like, And then Nat breaks it, and then Mina ends up popping off with it as with a Cody Rhodes disaster kick. I'm like, yeah, and making her
Mhm.
comeback, and follows up with her own strikes, and she's just striking the shit out of it, and then kicks Nat in the head, and then she hits a buzzsaw kick right after it. I'm just like, holy shit! Like these two are like landing like almost all these shots. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Mhm.
Um, Mina with a sick top rope green killer where she's got like the Kentis green killer DDT, but she
Yes.
puts Nat up on the top rope and spikes through the DDT. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, that was rough. That like rough as shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, dude, the dragon screw off, was it off the top?
Yeah.
Dude,
Good
that
shit.
was. I wouldn't want to take a dragon screw off the top. That's for goddamn sure. Like, oh god,
I mean, my knees are pretty hooped. I don't want a dragon screw leg whip at all.
no. Natsupoi blocking the glamorous driver Mina into an S, and then flips it in, hits an I guess the SOS, the Kofi Kingston flip, in the flip driver thing he does.
Mhm.
Absolutely phenomenal. End of the match though, like Nat tries a roll up, and Mina ends up getting this like huge rolling elbow, just cracking her in the face. Then hits
Mhm.
this like twisting electric chair drop. Like she like had her on her shoulder, and then she spun and dropped. It's like spinning electric chair slam, I'm gonna call it. And then it hits an impaler DT. Only can get two, and it's just like Jesus. And so Mina's like, screw it, picks her up, hits glamorous driver Mina, picks up the win. Absolutely phenomenal match.
Mhm.
Absolutely
Mhm.
phenomenal.
I have to agree. It was a
Yeah.
very, very good match. I also have to just randomly point out the one little aesthetic thing that I actually really, really like. On Mina's gear now on the back, there's actually a stitching of her name that goes across her back now. That's actually the bra straps that goes across her shoulder blade. I really, really like that. It just kind of wraps up the entire look. And also, last thing I wanted to point out that we didn't point out at the beginning is our good friend and person responsible, I think, for the downgrade of the world since his retirement was there, and that was the one and only Jushin Thunder Liger presenting flowers to both Natsupoi and Mina
Mm-hmm.
Shirakawa before the match. He was the reason why Mina Shirakawa started training, wasn't he?
I
I don't.
think so. I'm
I'd
not a
heard
hundred.
that he had encouraged her to wrestle, and as a result, he was very near and dear to her heart.
There you go. Get really big,
Mhm,
nice spot there. I really like that.
It was
Um,
nice to see Liger again.
After the match, so Tam comes in the ring, and Mina and Tam face off. I don't know what they're saying to each other, but we'll see where that goes, because I don't see them doing a title. I really don't see them doing a title for title match.
I mean, that's what Mina wants.
But
It sounded like they wanted to face off for the red belt. I don't. She
well,
wants
she,
to be a double champion.
yeah.
Will Tam ask for the Wonder Stardom Championship in return? I don't know.
The question is, do they do that, and are they like? Because the way Mina said it, she wants it as a double title match. So, but if they just do it for the red belt, okay, I'm down with that. They're just doing it for the red belt. I'm down with that because I don't see them pulling the trigger and giving Mina the red belt right now. I don't.
I don't think that would be a good idea. No, I
Not
think
yet.
she has the right belt.
Yeah, but I would love to see them duke it out in a match for the red
Oh,
belt,
100%.
and then putting the
100%.
white belt on the line with it. It's just, I think, is a bad idea.
I think they should probably do something in the same way that they did like the Sonata Hiromu match, where if Hiromu won, he could get the IWGP Heavyweight title, but like, why would Sonata want the IWGP Junior Championship, right?
Yeah. So again,
Yeah.
yeah, that's I think where we're going. Is just it's just a straight up red belt match.
I would love to see that.
And then so Tam and Nat leave, and we get a couple Venus joining in the ring, and Waka pops the champagne, and they all drink in the ring together.
Yay! La 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 da 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 da. Such a catchy little song.
Oh, very, very much so.
What a show that was. Such a fun, fun show for us to partake in. And like, it just sets us up for the rest of the summer, doesn't it?
Really does. I think we got some great wrestling coming this summer. Like, there's so much, and like, we got Cinderella. We have our sorry, 5-star Grand Prix coming this summer from Stardom. We've got the best of the Super Juniors starting. It was when this drops today, for when this drops tomorrow for you and me as we're recording this. Actually, in just 3 or 4 hours, actually, it starts. Um,
Mhm.
Absolutely can't wait for that. Uh, we're going to be going to AEW in July to live here in Edmonton. I am super
Mhm.
excited for that. That's a bucket list thing for getting to see that show live. I'm super excited for that. We have
We've also got
the
Chop Talk coming up in June after we see the Top Talent show, which is going
Mhm.
to feature Effie
Effie. I'm
and
excited.
Cowboy Keith.
Oh yeah, Cowboy Keith. I couldn't remember who that was, but then yeah,
I'm
but
just going to
I'm
remember it's a bad name. Keith.
yeah Keith. I don't know. The only Keith I really like is Keith Lee, but that's pretty much it. But yeah, I'm excited for that show, and then we also have the G1 coming up this summer. Like, so much great stuff
Mhm.
coming forward in the next couple months from professional wrestling, along with Dominion coming up, Forbidden Door. There's so much
Mhm.
great wrestling, and I am ready to watch it all.
Hopefully, we have time.
Oh, I will make time. Like I said, we're probably for the Super Juniors and the G1 and for 5-star Grand Prix going to go back to our old model of each picking 2 matches on a card, because it's gonna be because we're gonna have to be covering 2-3 cards on a show, and we're gonna try to not make the shit 4 hours long. So we're gonna be doing
Right.
this, like, gloss over certain matches, then give you our highlights of matches.
Mhm.
Going to be a lot, especially with all these tournaments coming up. This seems like with Japanese wrestling, there's always a tournament.
Hey, I can't complain. I
No,
cannot complain. And that also, really quick being said, if you guys are playing the NJPW collection game, they do predictions for all of the kind of big tournaments. So they do have one that they just opened up for the best of the Super Juniors. Get in there, get your predictions on who you think is going to win. You'll get an opportunity at a lot of awesome little prizes and extra rewards, special edition cards. So you definitely want to check that out. And also, if you're playing the NJPW Strong Spirits game, currently you are able to get partner cards for Miyu Amasaki, Saori, as well as Hazuki, and then wrestler cards for Starlight Kid and Himika still.
there
So
you
yeah,
go.
you definitely want to get in on there. You can also, Andre, you might want to get in on this, my friend. If you are able to, there's a third dojo now option in the training ability in the Strong Spirits game there. If you have the highest score at the end of this month's ranking, you win a teacup. But not just any teacup, my friend. This is a teacup that was handmade by the IWGP Women's Champion herself, Mayu Iwatani. So, hey, get in on that, you guys. Get your characters up there, power them up, get yourself a teacup from the Women's Champion.
But that being said, we are going to get out of here for the day. But before we go, we might
Mm-hmm.
want to talk about our social medias.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you can find myself on Twitter. Uh, Wait, I don't even know what my on Twitter, Mastodon and Hive at that Canada guy, Instagram at that Canada dude. You can find me on Facebook at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. You can also find me over at OLE, where I was where at the OLE YouTube page at youtube.com/ at our local establishment, where you can check out mine, Ed, and Cody's review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Just be aware, we spoil the shit out of it. So make sure you've watched the movie before you come and listen to us talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. And if you're wanting to follow a Melball on social media, you can follow her on Twitter at Collins Melball. You can follow her on Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Facebook at Melball Collins. You can also find us on our Facebook fan page, Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk. Where else can you find us, my friend?
You can find us right over here Backbreaker Video. Absolutely phenomenal stuff coming from our boy Mike. He was been a support for me since I met the guy and he got me into podcasting. I think it was back in like 2015. He got me into podcasting or 2016. I started
OG.
doing stuff. I started doing stuff with him. So he's been a big part of my life and how doing all this stuff and personal life in general too. One of my best friends in this world. I want to
Mhm.
thank you so much for all the great support he's given us. You can check him out. I should really put his info on the screen when I'm talking about it at youtube.com/at backbreaker video. All the great content you have from us, or you might be watching us right now. A lot of great wrestling content from our friends Asher, Bizarre, Cody Defoe. A lot of
Mhm.
great stuff. A lot of great stuff over there. You can also find him at twitch.tv/Mike the Ref, where he has a weekly watch along for AEW every Wednesday. And he also has a lot of great gaming content he's doing there over on Twitch. He's doing my least favorite show of his right now, though, is a Thursday stream where he's doing uh, Breath of the Wild from Zelda, and I'm just like, I hate that game. But absolutely great content coming from him. He's doing great stuff. You can from him and over on YouTube where he has all the replays. You got him. You have PJC. You have Rick Jewels. A lot of great gaming content there. I'm looking at getting some stuff going. You may not see my face on my gaming streams, but you'll hear my dulcet tones. But I'm not ready quite yet to commit to that kind of stuff quite yet. But you'll be hopefully seeing that maybe soon. But check out all the great gaming content at youtube.com/at backbreaker_gaming. Please check that out.
Mm-hmm. And while we're talking about affiliates of Backbreaker, there you can also check out Astro Pizarro's YouTube page, where you can find me every couple of weeks on the Ladies Wrestling Showcase, where we talk all things women's professional wrestling. Sometimes we talk about Stardom stuff. Stardom has definitely been the topic of conversation recently with that NJPW Strong Women's Championship tournament looming on us soon, featuring Momokogo and the incomparable Mercedes Monet. That being said, my friend, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to say thank you for all the great support, all the supporting us, all we have. Thank you for all the subscriptions. We want to keep driving. We want to keep going forward. So please share it with all your friends. We'd really appreciate that. And to everybody that's been commenting and sharing, I appreciate all of you. Got some personal messages for some friends that I really didn't know were watching this, and they have messaging me and saying I'm doing how great of a job we're doing. So I want to thank all of them. I want to thank all the supporters that have been messaging us on in the YouTube comments. Thank you so much. Please, more comments. We love hearing from you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very, very, very much.
Very,
Very,
very.
very.
And that being said, everyone, I am your Melball. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Mwah!